What's up guys, in this video I want to talk to you about my plan for getting better grades this coming school year. As I promised in last week's video, by the time you're watching this, actually my school year has already started. For me it starts on Thursday the 20th. Yeah, let's get into today's topic. First I'll tell you a little bit about my goals for this coming school year, because then my plan will probably make a little bit more sense. So after that we'll get into the actual plan. So as of right now, my goals for this coming school year is to have no grade under a 6.5, to have an average overall of at least a 7.1, and to get my English grade towards an 8.5 at the minimum. In order for me to reach my first goal of not having any grade below a 6.5, I will need to increase 2 grades. Right now I have a 6.1 for economics and a 6.4 for geography, and for the rest all my other grades are 6.5 or above. To reach my second goal, my overall average would need to come up by 1.06, because right now my average is a 6.94. Getting to that 7.1 overall will probably be quite hard, but there are a few subjects that I know I can pretty easily increase my grade from. For example, economics. I had a great teacher last year, the year before not so much in my opinion, but if I have that teacher again, I don't think it should be any problem to get that to a 6.5 at the minimum, and I wouldn't be surprised if I would be able to get it up even more than that, but one step at a time. Business economics is another subject that I think I can increase a bit more. Right now I have a 7.2 for that, so that's already quite high. Again, if I have the same teacher as I had last year, then I don't think it should be any problem to get that up a little bit more. Another subject is history, and again, if I have the same teacher as I had last year, it shouldn't be any problem to get that from 6.9 to, I don't know, around a 7.2 would be really cool if I could do that. And last but not least is English, and that kind of ties in with my third goal. But last year wasn't my greatest year for English, because 2 years ago I had an 8.5 for English, and last year I finished with a 7.6, so that's a decrease of 0.9, which I wasn't really happy with, but at the same time I know I'm really good at English, so I'm not really worried that I can't get that up. And as my third goal says, it is my plan to get it to at least an 8.5, so that kind of shows that I'm not really scared that my English grade will stay at a 7.6. Out of my 8 main subjects, I have 4 subjects that I think that I can pretty easily improve my grade, and there are 3 subjects where I'm afraid my grade will go down this coming year, and there's 1 subject where I think it will probably kind of remain the same. The 4 subjects that I can pretty easily improve are economics, business economics, English and history. The subject that I think I will get around the same grades this year as last year is German, because our year has this year it's 3 big tests, and my final exam is reading, and I have no problem with German reading. Actually I'm not quite sure, there used to be reading, listening, speaking and writing, but I'm not quite sure which of those don't go through this year, but I have no problem with German reading or listening. Speaking is a bit hard, but as long as I can prepare it right, then that's kind of okay. And writing I do really have a problem with. All the grammar that you have learned you have to implement right, and I struggle with that. As for the 3 subjects I am a bit worried about, those are math, Dutch and geography. Geography is just not really my thing anymore, so I kind of struggle with studying it because it just doesn't interest me at all, and sometimes I find it bit hard to grasp what the most important things are, so that will just come down to practicing. Math has never been my strong suit, but I have improved quite a bit over the last 2 years, but it's still something I struggle with quite a bit. So yeah, and right now I have a 6.5 for math, which is one of the highest I have ever had, so it's gonna be a challenge to keep it that way. And Dutch, yeah, Dutch is Dutch. The tests are always pretty hard, and you just have to try really hard to get a decent grade. My actual plan for getting better grades this school year kind of consists of 5 main points. First point being finishing my homework as quick as I can. Second point, using the planning system from the book How to Become a Straight A Student by Cal Newport. The third point is studying in the school library or a local library or any other study place that I can actually focus. The fourth point is asking more questions, because that's something I struggle with, certainly with math. And the last point is go to school more often. I will now explain these points a bit more in depth. Okay, so the first point is try to finish my homework as quick as I can. The philosophy behind this is quite simple. It feels good to have finished something. It will leave you with less stress, because you know sometimes you don't do homework. Let's say homework is due on Friday and you don't do it until Thursday, but the whole week you've gathered more homework for that Friday, so it ends up giving you quite a bit of stress, and that would be relieved if I just done the homework when I got it. And I think it's a good way to practice a bit of discipline, because if you know you don't have to finish it yet but still do it, that's costs a bit of discipline. And that's something I would like to practice. The second point was using the planning system from the book How to Become a Grade A Student by Cal Newport. I will link the book down below, by the way. And the reason I want to use that planning system is because it's really simple, straightforward, and I have the tendency when I start planning to spend more time planning than actually doing the things I am planning. But with this system that's kind of impossible, because it's so simple. And yeah, that's just something that really appeals to me, and I'm gonna try it. The third point was studying at my school's library or the local library or any other place that allows me to focus, because I have noticed over the past 6 years I've been going to high school. Yes, Dutch high school works different, and I had to redo one of the years. Is that when I study at home or make homework at home, I will watch YouTube videos and be constantly distracted while trying to make my homework, which ends up in spending hours on homework, which if I just focus on it would probably take, let's say, at the most half of the time. So yeah, I want to kind of implement the strategy of work hard, play hard. When I want to focus, I'm going to focus and not be distracted by anything, and when I'm done I can do whatever the hell I want. And yeah, as I said, if I would focus I would probably have to spend less time on the things that need my attention, and therefore that leaves more time for me to waste if I want to. The fourth point was asking more questions, certainly with math. That's something I've always struggled with, and it's been going a bit better year by year, but it's still not something I do very comfortably or easily, and I think that's something a lot of high school but even college students struggle with. And certainly with math I've noticed that because I've never been really good at math, I have the idea that I don't understand topics that I should have grasped years ago, and therefore that makes me a bit anxious to ask questions, because I feel like I should have known this like 5 years ago, and yeah, that just makes it harder to ask questions. But it's something I really want to do, because if you struggle with something, what's better than to ask the teacher for an explanation? That's probably way more time efficient than trying to figure out the answer on your own, and it will probably lead to a lot better test results. Last but not least, there's the point of going to school more often. Because of the muscle disease I had when I was younger, I am tired pretty often, and I don't just mean from a bit tired, but I'm actually so frigging tired that I can barely do anything. If you want to know more about that, I will link the video in which I explain that a bit more here, but missing so many classes, I mean, I miss, if you add up all the days together, I probably miss between 30 and 45 days of school per year, which is obviously quite a lot. That leads to me having to catch up all the time, which causes quite a bit of stress, and additionally it also means I miss quite a bit of classes in which important things are explained, which I then do not know, and then on the exam it turns out that I should have known that. While editing this video, I realized that I totally forgot to film an outro for this video, so here it goes. This was a bit of a more lengthy video than I usually do, which I quite like. I hope I got my points across in a way that makes sense to more people than just me, and with that, I hope to see you next week. If you enjoyed this video, please like. If you want to see more videos made by me, then please consider subscribing and ringing the bell so you'll get notified whenever I upload. Which leads to me telling you about my new upload date. I used to upload on Thursday at 5 PM my time, which is UTC +2, if I'm correct, and now I've changed that to Sunday 5 PM my time, because I've noticed that if I upload on Sunday I have more time during the week to make sure I upload a good video. So yeah, hope you have an awesome rest of your week.